Oh gosh, it's windy. So sorry if the audio's a little annoying. I'll go mute in a second. This stream started a few minutes before I planned it. I planned it for 6:45. Oh well, 2 minutes early. I'm gonna go on mute, go around the corner, see if I can avoid this breeze. Well, it got way too windy. At least it's not raining yet. Hi, Daly. How are you? I am in the Penn Quarter section of Washington, D.C. I'm eventually heading to the Shakespeare Theater for a play this evening. But I'm going to take a stroll down D Street and hopefully end up near the National Building Museum if it doesn't start raining. If it starts raining, this will be a very short stream. Hi, Daryl. Daryl! Hey, Daryl. You caught me. So if you remember from a couple of streams ago, early on a Saturday or Sunday morning, I was at the Navy Memorial from the other side. So this is, I'm on the north side looking south toward the Navy Memorial with all the flags out today. And that building with the scaffolding in front of it, that's the National Archives undergoing some renovation, like a lot of buildings here, which is all good. And then this past weekend on Sunday, I was up there on E Street and F Street, and that building straight ahead is the Hotel Monaco that we were taking a look at this past weekend. So lots going on around here. A lot of folks on spring break, so it's pretty busy here in DC. A lot of kids, a lot of families running around. And there's a sign for the Shakespeare Theater Company. This is where I'm headed tonight. I'm not headed to see Kunene and the King. That's not on. It's currently Uncle Vanya, starring Hugh Bonneville, as in Downton Abbey in 2012. So I'm going to see Hugh Bonneville tonight in a play. A lot of felons. You know what? You're going to get that in every city right now. I'm from Baltimore, so yeah, that's all the same. But it's a great city to visit. Washington, D.C. is just fabulous. Now here we are on 7th Street. This is where we were last week. I'm so sorry for the wind. I'm trying to shield a little bit. We walked north on 7th Street this weekend up to New York Avenue. And I'm going to talk over all this music because here we go again. I don't want to get a copyright issue. I'm going to go mute just for a second. Okay, I think it's safe now. Sorry about that. The copyright scares me. This is another theater. This is Woolly Mammoth, which is right around the corner from where we're going to be. The Shakespeare Theater has 2 theaters in this area. I think one of them got renamed. I'm going to the Harmon Center. The other one used to be the Lanesboro, but I think they renamed it, and I don't remember what it's called now. Oh, hey, look. That's a good building. All right, I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to come back on a weekend and get this one because I do like this architecture here. So we'll have to come back and take a look at that one. Hello, Mr. Youssef. And hello, Brian Brian, 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 Brian. Is that what you're going for with all those punctuation marks? Brian, Brian, Brian. I'm all for it. So we're heading east toward Judiciary Square. DC's great. You can just walk everywhere. It's flat. For the most part, it's flat. Easy to bike or scoot around, but it's just great to walk. Really easy to walk. Hope everybody's having a great day today. It's really springy and warm. It's been weird. Every other day has been super cold, and then it gets super warm, and then it gets cold again. All right, I think I know what I want to do here. So this is the great big District of Columbia court building over here. Ta-da! And this area is called Judiciary Square. Just waiting on the light. And we got the walkie dude so we can cross. So several of the DC courthouses are all located here in this area. And I'm sorry if I'm bopping. I'm trying to walk fast when I cross the street. So this is the main courthouse building here in Washington, D.C. And here's an old police call box that has not been restored. We've seen several of them as we go through different parts of D.C., particularly like around Sheridan and Kalorama, where some of the police call boxes and fire call boxes have had art installations placed in them. All right, and these signs are everywhere too. So this was the Webster Law Building. Oh, that's pretty cool. Or Daniel Webster. It's hard to, I can't zoom out on this phone, unfortunately. So, the Webster Law Building. And then over here is the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. We'll not go there today. We will go there another time. When I visit memorials, I like to be in a certain frame of mind to make sure I'm being really super respectful. So we'll do a separate trip to the National Law Enforcement Memorial. That's another interesting building. What time is it? It's 6:52 p.m. on, what is today? Thursday, April 3rd. And it's kind of warm. It was cold yesterday. It's quite warm today. So over here, what I'm trying to get up to is the National Building Museum. And we won't go inside today, but I do have to get a reservation. Oh, your English is very good, Mr. Youssef. I need to get tickets for one of the current exhibitions at the National Building Museum. There, in addition to lots of exhibits on different kinds of buildings and architecture, which you guys know I love. There's one specifically right now on brutalism in Washington, D.C. And we have taken our time to focus on a lot of the historic renovations and preserved buildings from the 1800s and early 1900s. But there's such a mix of architecture here in Washington, D.C. And I think this one here, one would classify as brutalist. And there is such a mix. All of the government agencies built like in the 1960s. Like I think the big one people think of is like think the Department of Housing and Urban Development is very brutalist. Concrete, no flourishes, very stark. As the name depicts. It's actually brutalist doesn't refer to being brutal. I learned it has something to do with concrete. I think in French, something to do with a term related to concrete is brut. I read that somewhere, so I could be wrong. But I'll go with it for now. All right, so we're at 5th and E Street. There's another nice example here. Let's see if we can get a date on this building here. And then we'll take a really good look at the National Building Museum. And then I'll be headed to the theater because the doors open in about 5 minutes. I'm only like 5 minutes away. Nope, there's no date on this one. Interesting. But over there, that red brick beauty over there is the National Building Museum. Liberty is the great parent of science and virtue. A nation will be great in both, always, in proportion as it is free. Ooh, that's one I did not know before. Thank you, Mr. Jefferson. The right to search for truth implies also a duty. One must not conceal any part of what one has recognized to be true. Albert Einstein, sage words for us today, for sure. All right, so this big old building here, and when I do visit it, I will definitely take some video. Inside is massive and beautiful, and it's a great event space. We'll take a look and not get hit by a car. Oh, and there's a police officer on the corner, and I'm crossing against the sign. Oh well. They'll take pity on me. Oh, and there's some of those picnic swings that we saw over on Pennsylvania Avenue a few weekends ago. So folks are enjoying the picnic. I'm not going to cross over so I can try to get as much of this building in the shot as possible, but it's a massive building. The relief on the front of this building, kind of the lighter concrete band going around the building, shows scenes from the Civil War. And part of this building was dedicated as a memorial to the Union soldiers who fought in the Civil War. This is a huge, huge building. So we will make a trip and visit here soon so we can see that exhibit. We'll take a little peek at this historic plaque right here, and then we'll turn around and we will visit the National Fire Dog Memorial. So here's the information about this building that is now the National Building Museum. Built in between 1882 and 1887 in the Italian Renaissance style. Engineered by General Montgomery C. Meigs, who was a Union general. In the Civil War. And you can see the signpost there for the Judiciary Square station on the red line of the DC Metro. All right, I'm gonna head back down this way so I can make it to the show. This area is largely redeveloped, and you can see the majority of the buildings here in this area are newer construction. we'll take a walk on another day, a little farther north here. Yep. And here we are at Engine Company number 2, Rescue Squad number 1. And we'll get to see some action here. Oh, just going up the street. So here on this corner at Rescue Squad number 1 is a memorial. And this is the memorial to to fire dogs. The National Fire Dog Monument, which is here on the corner of 5th and E Street in Washington, D.C. Pretty cool. All right. So these engines are coming back in. We can watch them. Nope, not backing in, just parking. Okay, I'll keep walking. I was stopping to see if they were backing in over here. But they're not. Thank you, Daryl, for reminding everyone. I do appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button. And if you like to follow me on little strolls around Washington, D.C., Baltimore, in a couple of weeks I'll be back in Philadelphia. This fall I will be in Boston. I have lots of travels planned over the next several months. So I want to thank everybody who joined me for this little jaunt, culminating in the National Fire Dog Memorial. Pretty cool stuff here in Washington, D.C. And we'll finish by taking a look at one of the old courthouses here in Washington. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Say hi in chat, let us know where you're from. And until next time, take care.